Good evening from Queensville. Welcome to Elbc Newsline. Today is Friday, February 6th, 2026, and I'm Grace Tower presenting. In the headlines, Government of Liberia launches Operation Feed the Nation project in Monrovia. Information Minister Jeremy Pia describes LBS new state-of-the-art media complex as long-standing gift from China. Liberian-born American journalist Ellen Cooper praises Liberia's growing democracy. And away from home, United States and Iran hold high-level talks in Oman amid rising threats of military confrontations. These stories, plus many other developments, are all packaged and coming up. We'll press the bulletin of news read for us by Frederick Tiria.
President Joseph Boakai has launched the Operation Feed the Nation project in Monrovia. The project, under the World Foundation International, aims to support several multi-purpose agricultural cooperatives across the country. The initiative was launched on behalf of President Boakai by Deputy Minister of State for Public Affairs Anthony Kesseley Friday. Minister Kesseley described cooperatives as catalysts to boosting the production of agricultural products and ending the era of dependency on foreign nations. The president urged the benefiting cooperatives to work through coordinated efforts to maximize the outcomes of the project. Minister Kesseley, on behalf of President Boakai, called for enhanced technical and logistical support from partners for the actualization of the initiative. At the same time, President Joseph Boakai has highlighted the contributions of the armed forces of Liberia towards the country's peace and democracy. President Boakai said the army has demonstrated patriotism, integrity, and dedication to the protection of Liberia's territorial confines over the years. And Executive Marshal Lee says the Liberian leader made a statement Thursday when he identified with 5 victims at the Edward B. Kesseley military barracks in Mangibi County. During the visit, President Boakai showed the victims of government's commitment to restoring dignity to their lives, highlighting the importance to Liberia's peace and stability. Information Minister and Board Chair of the Liberia Broadcasting System, Jeremy Pia, has described LBS new state-of-the-art media complex as a long-lasting gift from the People's Republic of China to Liberia. Mr. Pia said the $5.5 million radio and television broadcast complex will now digitally enhance the work of journalists at the state broadcaster. The complex, constructed by the Chinese government, contains 3 broadcasting studios, audio and visual production system, and a fire hydrant, among others. In an interview at the end of the tour on Friday, the Information Minister reaffirmed the board's commitment to staff capacity building.
Technical people will be here for 2 years. And the goal is to assist you run this place technologically, but they will do so alongside people who they want to transfer that capacity to. So after 2 years, anybody who wants to learn, you should be able to learn. It means also that when they are leaving, whoever has learned something from them can also transfer.
Minister Pia also confirmed the board's approval of the LBS management's proposal to name the building in honor of the late Liberian journalist Charles William. Meanwhile, the president is expected to approve a set date for the dedication of the new broadcast complex. Liberian-born American journalist of New York Times, Ellen Cooper, has praised Liberia's growing democracy. Madam Cooper claimed that increased respect for dissent, especially by national leaders, started during the administration of former President Ellen Johnson Sirleaf. The award-winning journalist spoke recently on the BBC World Service program, The Conversation, to discuss the biography of Madam Sirleaf.
Say anything, they could challenge the government in a way they never could before, that they held the government of Liberia to a much higher standard than I think.
Journalist Ellen Cooper said Liberia came out of the Ebola epidemic in 2014. People sailed on Guinea because leaders listened to criticisms. Meanwhile, the Liberian-born American journalist has called for serious attention to biography written on people who made immense contributions and impact on the world. The National Center for the Coordination of Response Mechanism has launched its 2026 to 2030 strategic plan. According to the center's executive director, Arthur Desmond, the plan focuses on six thematic pillars, particularly the protection of human security. Mr. Desmond named intelligence on trafficking persons, sexual gender-based violence, land conflicts, cross-border threats, drug abuse, and emerging conflict triggers.
How about different human security market activities aligned with the government arrested agenda for inclusive development, the EERD, fields of the rule of law, environmental sustainability, governance, and anti-corruption.
He disclosed that the plan also focuses on decentralization and establishment of the National Center for Coordination and Response Mechanism offices in the 15 counties. Speaking Friday at the launch, Mr. Desmond noted that the five-year plan will cost 8.7 million United States dollars. Meanwhile, a member of the center's board, Veronica Sogan Johnson, vowed that the board will ensure that the plan is submitted to Vice President Jeremiah Combs. Madam Johnson said the board will also submit a plan to relevant stakeholders, including members of the legislature. She noted that members of the board will work with the National Center for Coordination of Response Mechanism, senior management and staffers to ensure the plan is rolled out.
That we are hopeful or the relevant authorities will be able to take this and be able to act upon it as we all in this stage.
Also speaking, Environmental Protection Agency Planning and Policy Director Christopher Kabah spoke about how the plan captured the environment and climate change, which is vital. Speaking earlier, National Center for Coordination of Response Mechanism, Deputy Executive Director Sophie Reeves described the plan as a milestone that seeks measurable impacts. About 28 persons have received certificates after undergoing an intensive day-long training in Sinker. The training conducted by the Liberia Board for Nursing and Midwifery was intended to prepare assessors tasked with evaluating nursing and midwifery training institutions and their clinical practice sites. The exercise centered on building a uniform understanding of the application of the board's newly validated assessment tool and showing objective and consistent evaluations across all institutions. Participants were drawn from county health facilities, training schools, the civil society, Liberia National Police, and the media. Meanwhile, the attendees praised the Liberia Board for Nursing and Midwifery for organizing the training, describing it as significant. At the same time, the Liberia National Police, the LNP, has committed to working along with the Liberia Board for Nursing and Midwifery to ensure the board's mandate is achieved. Police spokesperson Cecilia Pratt said the LNP stands ready to collaborate with the LBNN during and after its upcoming assessment of training institutions and clinical sites. Madam Clark spoke Friday at a day-long assessors training organized by the Liberia Board for Nursing and Midwifery in Sinker. She assured the board and the police is willing to participate in the assessment to ensure more public trust in the exercise. 45 AFL soldiers assigned at the Sapo National Park in Sano County have been recalled following reports of alleged compromise and a shooting incident. Deputy Defense Minister for Operations Spencer Liko said investigation is ongoing and any personnel found culpable will face action under the Uniform Code of Military Justice. Minister Liko disclosed that the armed forces of Liberia have successfully cleared Sapo National Park of illegal miners and occupants. He noted that illegal mining, wildlife killings, and the influx of foreigners posed serious threats to national security and biodiversity. The Deputy Defense Minister for Operations spoke Thursday at the Ministry of Information press briefing in Monrovia. Meanwhile, Deputy Minister Liko has attributed the slow pace of the 2026 EFL recruitment process to lack of funds. Mr. Liko said they are experiencing delay in the release of the necessary funds for the finance ministry. He assured the public that recruitment will begin once funding is available. The Deputy Defense Minister for Operations emphasized that the recruitment is free and open to Liberians aged 18 to 35. Deputy Minister Liko warned that fraudsters will not be allowed to be enlisted into the AFL. The Ministry of Public Works has disclosed plans to set up proper road maintenance mechanism in the country. Deputy Public Works Minister for Technical Services Prince Tama stated that the establishment of a road maintenance program will greatly help the country road infrastructure. Mr. Tama added that through that though there are challenges, for the ministry organizing plans to ensure the program is brought to reality. He spoke on the Super Morning Show Friday. Montserrat County District 1 Representative Rudy Barry has officially broken grounds for the construction of a modern motorbike terminal in Yan Tuli Statutory District. When completed, motorbike terminal will enhance commuter safety and provide a more organized hub for motorbike riders. Speaking at the ceremony on Thursday, Representative Barry said other pending development initiatives will be unveiled during the dedication of the terminal. The new facility, designed to bring order and safety to the area's bustling commercial bike transport sector, will feature a designated parking and waiting areas, office space, and bathroom, among others. Meanwhile, riders and local leaders of the district have welcomed the initiative, highlighting the long-standing need for such terminal to support their trade, mainly during the rainy season. The founder of Kingdom Harvest Ministries, Bishop Hilary Boto, is calling for a holistic approach in the fight against corruption in Liberia. According to Bishop Boto, it is time for religious leaders to begin teaching their members the impediments of corruption. In an ELBC interview Friday in Chocolate City, Kingdom Harvest Ministry Bishop noted that cultivating such positive mindset will improve Liberia for all. The bishop's statement comes ahead of the official commencement of Kingdom Harvest Ministry's 20th convention, beginning Sunday, February 8th. And while Bishop Boto has vowed to use the convention to strategize plans that will transform Liberia, including establishment of an advanced treatment center for disadvantaged youths. Supporters of the late Professor Alhaji G.B. Nkrumah are expected to honor his life, leadership, and enduring national legacy. A public memorial service and legacy celebration is being planned to serve as a solemn yet celebratory occasion to reflect on Professor Nkrumah's decades of selfless service to Liberia. According to release, the legacy of the late Liberian statesman spans journalism, education, public administration, diplomacy, sports development, and national leadership. The memorial service and legacy celebration is being organized with the aim of bringing together Liberians across political affiliations, ethnic backgrounds, and religious beliefs. And the Ministry of Health has validated a revised birth and death registration and certification policy following a 3-day review in Buchanan Grand Bassa County. The policy seeks to solicit stakeholders' inputs towards analyzing the draft policy, as well as improve nationwide registration coverage and strengthen certification processes for both births and death certificates. Assistant Minister for Preventive Services, Dr. Kalio Howe, underscored the legal and social importance of birth and death certificates, describing them as fundamental entitlements. The Health Ministry leads quote Dr. Howe as urging stakeholders to actively engage in the review and take responsibility for implementing the policy once adopted.
Many thanks to Frederick Tyria for the bulletin. He makes a return later, hopefully, with the weather and our international developments. One of the big stories we're following this evening, Information Minister Gerald McPeer describes LBS new state-of-the-art media complex as long-standing gift from China. Government has launched the Operation Feed Donation Project in Monrovia, as you just heard in the news. The project, under the auspices of the World Foundation International, aims to support several multipurpose agriculture cooperatives across the country. The initiative also seeks to enhance the production of agricultural products and enable Liberians to feed themselves. The initiative was launched on behalf of President Joseph Boakai by Deputy Minister of State for Public Affairs Anthony Petely Friday.
This undertaking